Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monday's Notes. These are some clips for when I went to Latte World with some of my friends. It was through the study abroad program that they organized, like through the different groups, different days that we can go to this amusement park, and it was really nice. There were so many different areas, and like there was this indoor area and also like outside where there was like a couple popular rides, which is why people at the beginning are running to get there since the line can get pretty long. I really like thrilling rides, but still this hot air balloon one was really fun. Just being this high up and being able to see the view and how small everyone is was just really cool. And it's just a really beautiful like amusement park too, like very intricate in the way like each part of it is like built up. So we basically went along the entire like perimeter of the space, and yeah, the view was very pretty, and this is some of the clips from that. I can't remember exactly how long we were here for, but it was majority of the day. Overall, it was a really nice time. I enjoyed the rides. We got food here as well, and that was good. So yeah, I recommend 10 out of 10. I've also been going to church every week ever since I found Freedom Village Church. So this is me just off the subway, walking the rest of the way there. And right after church, I went to another kind of missionary event similar to the first video. This one wasn't in Pyeongtaek. I forgot what this area was called, but it was really pretty, and I was here for a couple hours. We did some like praise and worship and scripture reading, stuff like that. There's like a group here in one of the apartments like right by this park pretty much. And yeah, it was a really nice way to spend the Sunday. Honestly, I enjoy doing stuff like that. So after I got back on the subway and headed back home, and it was a really pretty area. I've also gotten into the habit of taking walks like around campus in the evening, and specifically right here just looked very ominous, which is why I recorded it. But it's normally like pretty bright, and there's a lot of students that still stay on campus. Like this was me a couple days ago. I just really like walking around campus and looking at the different buildings, and since it's so big, there is so many places to go, so I feel like it kind of is nice to explore, just kind of cool off from the day by doing this. And guys, I really don't like going to clubs and bars really at all. And when I say rare, it's really rare that I do go. But in these kind of following clips, it's me and my friends, we went to like this first place where it was kind of through the school in a way. And then like after we were kind of done there and like we're getting over it, we went to like in the surrounding area in Hongdae. That's where like a lot of clubs are, and we stayed out. Me and Lana stayed out till like 3 a.m. and we got food after on our way back, and like that burger place was really good. But yeah, just when I go out, like I feel like it's equal part me. Like when I come home, like I feel like I could have went without that, or like regretting it in some way, or just feeling like I don't like iffy about like the experience, and like any part of me that kind of like had fun or like it was okay, I kind of feels like it equals out because of like the conflicting feelings. So I don't know, that's kind of why I just don't really do it too much. It kind of doesn't align with what I like to do, but every once in a while, and this is that once in a while that you'll see, I indulge, and yeah, I kind of just like try to enjoy to the best that I can. But yeah, this was a good night. It was still a good night. This was everyone presenting and looking around of the conclusion of our first studio project. We had to do like a model and multiple drawings, and yeah, we basically just gallery style walked around and looked at everyone's representation of like the museum or building that they did the precedent analysis for. This is me going to my first young adults meeting through Freedom Village Church. They have these meetings once a month, I believe. And yeah, it was a really beautiful area, like this kind of park area. And this is actually me going the wrong way. And I look at my neighbor and realize that and like turn around, and this is on the same street where the meeting place is. But yeah, we basically just did prayer together, and it was mainly fellowship time. So we played games and I got to meet new people from Freedom Village, which is just really nice. So I enjoyed going here, and it was a very peaceful way to spend the afternoon. And then this was the following week from that day of fellowship. That was on Saturday that I went to the young adults meeting. And then on Monday, pretty much every Monday, there's like a common lecture where all the different sections for studio come together, and one of the professors give a presentation on something that's going to help us with our project. So for this week, week in the video, it was on light, and then yeah, the following week it was on circulation, or just different things that they kind of like go more specifically into when it comes to like a building or how we should be designing.
Third example is Fluid Light, the Alvaro Siza project in Korea, in Paju, the Mimesis Art Museum. And in this case, we see the skylights are hidden by these planes. But somehow the light softly comes in, and it's projected on the walls, which are mainly figured in a curved shape into the skylights directly, but they make it possible for light to come in and then to diffuse.
Since Friday, I don't have any classes. I try to do something fun to take a step away from classes and like school, and really just get the weekend started. So we kind of took this day. This is like the Jongno-gu area, I'm pretty sure. We walked around the palace, and it was a really nice day. Like the weather was starting to get good by this point. If the palace was open, we intended to have a picnic by the cherry blossoms, but we got food for a while, and like by that time, like the sun was starting to set. And so we went to Myeongdong actually after this and went shopping for a while. But I really enjoyed just walking around. The area is really pretty here, and a lot of the buildings are just breathtaking. So I really enjoyed walking around and seeing all the pretty plants and seeing all the pretty buildings. Like the mountains are even like around here. So yeah, just a lot to look at. I ended up back in Mimi line, and I want to say this is like the third or fourth time me coming to this store since being out here, but I was happy because I got these two necklaces, the cross and infinity sign. So yeah, it was a good day. I really enjoyed walking around the palace, even though we didn't really get to go inside. But even just like we went past one of the gates and got to walk for a bit, and that was just like a really pretty area. And then like going to Myeongdong, I always love going to Myeongdong because it's just like so lively, and there were so many people there today. And then like getting these necklaces. I have been wanting a cross necklace, a new one for a while, because this is what my current one looks like. The cross part has come off, and this is like the chain, but like the way that it connects is like completely just broken. So, and then it was also tarnishing too. Like I got this on Amazon, and Amazon doesn't really have, like, from what I've gotten, good, because this used to be literally gold and now it's kind of more of a bronze color, so that's not good. Myeongdong, there's always so many like street vendors too, so I got to get the little like, and I need to look up what it's called. It's like almost like a waffle or like pancake, and it has like, it's in the shape of a fish and it has like Nutella inside of it, and it's so good. Me and Lana were just on the hunt for it the second that we got off the subway, because there's so many like different food. There's like the Korean corn dogs, there's like the skewers, there's like the mochi, there's like so many things that you can get. But we saw one of the little like Nutella things that was one for 4,000 won, and we remembered, like, I remember getting it for like 5,000 won. Like you get 3 or 4 of them, not like one for that amount. So we were kind of like trying to keep looking to see if we can find one at like a better rate, but like we saw a second one, it was the same thing, like one for 4,000. So we're like, okay, maybe we just have to like settle. So we went ahead and got it, and then I kid you not, like we go into H&M, come out, walk just like a couple minutes, like a minute, and we see one where it's like 5,000 for 4 of them. So we were just like, wow, if we would have just like waited a little bit longer, we could have like gotten a better deal. So we did end up getting that and like sharing it between the 3 of us. Those ones were also like shaped a little bit differently. They're like soft, the softer kind. The one we initially got, it has like a crust around it, so it was a little bit crunchy, and then we agreed that like the softer ones were better. But it's 11 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna try to do a little bit of homework, submit one of these scholarships that I've been putting off, and then call it a night and run it all back tomorrow. I'm going to the studio tomorrow. And I was in the studio for like a couple minutes, but then realized that I need to go back to the site to be able to like make the site model that we were basically tasked to do. It's based on being in this like Seoul market area, so I took like a lot of videos to kind of like for my own project, but also for like the site model. We needed to know what the kind of space looked like, and it was just easier to come back. It's not that long of a bus ride compared to just like looking at it online. So yeah, this is just us walking around. It's like a lot of clothes and food as well. And then I had to basically come back and start making kind of just a general shape of it to put on the site model, because when we finish our individual models, it's gonna go into the same site that everyone is gonna use. So we all divided up into different tasks, like we each had our own task, and yeah, just by group kind of did our own piece of it. These are basically like the side walls, because like the market itself doesn't have any hard walls. It's kind of comprised of columns, especially in the future planning version of the market, and we are kind of basing it off of that, or like that's what the professor wanted us to do. And the roof got put on later, but pretty much that was the last thing, so I walked home after that. It's a pretty peaceful walk, but yeah, about like 15 or so minutes to get back to the apartment. And then I was really happy because for Resurrection Sunday, some of my friends were able to come with me to Freedom Village, so I invited them and they were all able to come. So we went to church, and then after we went to a cafe, but it was a really good service and I think some of them liked it too, so I'd call that a win. At break of dawn, the sun of heaven rose again. Oh, tranquil death, where is your sting? The angels roar for Christ the King. And this is us on our way back home from the cafe. This is that following Wednesday. The site model is pretty much done at this point. This open space is where like our individual models are gonna go, but right now we're still in the concept stage, so I have all the materials that I need for my concept model. I just had to actually sit down and get it done. So right now I'm just gonna do my concept model using these materials, and I'll show you kind of like the progress as I do it, because right now I have nothing, but I do have the materials and I have my idea. This is kind of like, it probably doesn't look like much, but this is helping me to like kind of know where to start. So I just kind of started to mark out where I'm gonna cut on the back of this paper, and I'm using my graphic scale, and yeah, then I'll start cutting everything once I like, because I'm making like different cubes and like rectangles. So in order to like do it in one piece, like it needs to look something like this, where you cut it to this shape, so that way you can like fold it and make it into the rectangle. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'll show you once I'm done. So this is the shape right now. I just need to like score it and fold it, and I ran out of space, so like I couldn't put like the other side here, but I'm just gonna do it as like another piece with the remaining material. But yeah, now I just need to fold it. I think part of the issue of why it took me so long was I was so meticulous with the measurements. I wanted it to be like, since it's to scale, I wanted it to be like a specific and experiment with like specific heights and like widths for the cube. So it kind of got to the point where like some were like decimal points or like fractions that like I'm trying to like make it consistent, and that ended up taking a while. But when I was done, I grabbed my stuff to go home and kind of like finish the rest there. Okay, so I just left the studio. As you can see, it's nighttime. I fully intended, and I told Lana, my goal is to be working on that for 2 hours, and I was basically there from 6 to 12. So basically more than 2 hours, let's just say that. I'm still not even completely done, so that's why I brought my stuff into this bag. Like I have like everything cut out, but I need to actually like glue it. So I tried to save like the easiest thing to do for getting to my room. I just didn't want to stay there any longer, so I needed to change locations and just finish it when I get to my room. So I don't even necessarily have to finish it today since class doesn't start until 2:30 tomorrow, which is, she actually pushed it back by an hour because usually it starts at 1:30, but I think she was trying to give a little bit more time for our like site model and stuff like that. So I could finish it tomorrow, but I do have 3 classes tomorrow, so I don't really want to risk it. So I honestly might just knock it out and do it tonight. And the walk back home, especially when I'm ready to just be in my bed, feels so long. So you guys are gonna suffer through it with me. This is basically just one of the paths that like I take sometimes. Like there's multiple different ways, but I feel like this one is the shortest. So I went this way to get that shortcut. But yeah, there is like a lot of different ways that you can kind of like get from the top of that hill back to where the apartments are. I decided that I deserved something to reward myself for the hard work that I did. So I came to the 7-Eleven. There genuinely is like 4 or 5 different ones like within a block radius of each other, but I had a good feeling that this one would have strawberry milk, and they did. Not all of the time, like especially around this time of night, that they still have like the banana milk or strawberry milk, but yeah, I had a good feeling that this one would have it, and these are like 3 left, so I took 2 of them. Okay, so I'm back home, and this is what I have done. I'm really like stationed on the floor, cut everything out at the studio, and what took me so long was like I measured each part to a specific number because I wanted them to each color to progressively get smaller. So green is the biggest, and then I think it goes red, yellow, and then blue is the smallest. And I basically had to do that there's 4 of each. So there's 4 green, there's 4 red, yellow, and also 4 for blue. So I had to make 16 of them. And then this is like the baseboard where I marked out how they're all going to lay out. And then this piece, which is the first piece, I just have to take all the tape off. I just put it on for when it was drying. But this is gonna go like in the middle of it. Then you'll see the vision when it's done, but like, or maybe you won't, because it's literally a concept model, so like it doesn't actually reflect what the building will truly look like. Like these colors are also just like representational, like it's not actually gonna be that color. So concept model, yeah, it's really just abstract representation of like kind of form, shape, mass, and things like that. So once I score, like I have to like score all these lines, so that way I can like fold it basically and like fold it like this. So that's pretty much the goal, to do that for all 16 of them. And mind you, it's 1:01 a.m. right now. So I got my strawberry milk and I got my TV show on. I'm just gonna do this really quick and then call it a night. Okay, all done. Try to imagine it without all of the tape still on it, but yeah, I kind of got the forms all down. None of them are like glued down, but I'll just like, I can even like do that right before class. It's not really as a pressing of an issue as getting them all folded. So yeah, I'm just glad that they all are on there. It's kind of like a top view. And yeah, finally done and I can go to sleep. But I'll call it there for this video. Basically, yeah, when I finished that, I had my desk crit the next day and we basically just talked about it. We agreed that I need to have like a more dramatic difference in the heights, and like for like the biggest one to have that be like double size and also like double height for like the ceiling. So yeah, we kind of just like discussed like what we liked or what I should kind of like add lighting wise, or like things and concepts for my gallery basically. But yeah, it was a good couple of weeks overall, and I feel like I'm getting the hang of my classes now, which is good. But now midterms are coming up in like a week and a half, so that's going to be very interesting. But pray for me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. Psalm 55:22. I'm the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never be thirsty. John 6:35.